Hello friends, so this is Go Intermediate series and we are talking about context. Context maybe complex for you, but if you try to understand nitty gritty of anything, even in software engineering, you can go to source code. If this is the open source project, that will give you the very precise idea. In books or in documentation it could be inflated, but in documentation it will be the precise. So try to merge yourself into the documentation source code of the open source program. This will teach you a lot. You can learn from other sources compared to the documentation. Documentation is the source of information. It gives you the idea behind the following this process. So currently talking about context part 1, because context is a long thing, so I will complete in like 5 to 10 parts and I will go line by line. So what is the package context? Define the context type which carry the deadline, cancellation signal and other request scoped value across API boundaries. Okay. Again, incoming request to a server should create a context. This is example. And outgoing calls to server should accept a context. A chain of function calls between in and out means accepting the request and delivering the response. So in that process there may be multiple function calls, and those functions should access or should have access to the context created by server thread, optionally replacing with the derived context. Means server can create a derived context with the main context using with cancel or deadline or timeout or with value. So cancel, deadline, timeout or with value. One context is cancelled, important, all context derived from it also can. Means if parent is cancelled, child will also get cancelled. The with cancel, deadline and timeout take a context, parent context or a new context, and return a derived context and a cancel function. So which context return a cancel function? So there are like 4 types: with cancel, deadline, timeout and value. With value they do not return cancel, otherwise anything with the cancellation in mind or cancellation in scope, like with cancel, with deadline again to cancel, with timeout again to cancel. So anything that is intended to cancel propagation of function drive a cancel function, and if you call the cancel function, it will cancel the child and subchild and remove the parent reference to the child. Means what will do? It will not kill the parent, it will kill the child and subchilds. If you kill the parents, child will be killed. If you kill the child, parent will be not killed. Only the link connecting child to parent will be removed, means dereferenced. Failing to call the cancel function may cause like leaks the child, means memory leak kind of thing, and until parent is cancelled or timer fires, means it will not give you deterministic behavior. To check that deterministic behavior, you should follow that rule and go ahead to check the cancel function flow path. It will check for potential errors. Program that use context should follow rules. So what are the rules? Like, do not store context inside a struct. Okay, rule number 1. And what is suggested, so you can pass context as a first argument to the function. Do not pass any. Rule number 2 is like do not pass a nil context. You can use context to do. And third suggestion or rules, like if you want to pass some value to the function as an argument, do not use context dot with values to pass some values. Use proper arguments. Leave context for like a cancellation life cycle. So if you want to cancel the function, then you should use the context. So why cancel? If you are making HTTP call or database call, so that could be hanged for whatever. In that case, using context, you can cancel the DB call, HTTP call, and return to the main flow. And fourth, what is the context are safe for simultaneous use by multiple coroutines. Means there is no problem related to the race condition in context. So context do not have to anything with a race condition, because you are getting some kind of read only values. In next series we will continue about context.